they taking the 63 yanko ahoma no so na afi ye ne Ernest Adade enkodi nkomo ono kasa de ma ora Kennedy akomprekun Japan na yembisa ne say the 63 declaration no pushu the camp na ono abo temen ka ma akwa abade ban 88.3 FM morning agenda so ni
yo menu ameda sipa
boko de
mecha adum ya ne kura ye nam na radio adum di enimu nti no ye wani je wo enidaso se de tie bia no 31st January betwa mu de na ora Kennedy akompreko Japan muta friend Ken, affectionately known as Ken, na oye MPP leader Okoji Akonya 2028. Ama MPP.
Na asema wo kan ya we mu show, especially yesterday, about 63 members of parliament amet me abo mu nyina din akire no. All of them oma declare almost support for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. In fact, there were 87 members of parliament, MPP for 63. I declare almost support at the Ama Ora Mahmoud Bawumia. Momo.
Yo, Meda Sepa, message our tea for any washer for bium. Say, ya, dear, Maubia Mogun, Yendia, and Pusuya and Kra, Yantisa, Dogo Bikra, and Wabe. Maminchire mu die ntia yenti so dogo bia opikura enu aben nipa 2023 omo declare ma owura ba o mi ana omo yesai so be kaya na eya say all the MPs 136 at the time na majority na almost 130 kura epa openly ebe declare ma owura ba o mi and then I mean, you can say 63 now, I declare I'm a rapper of me. What was said, yes, what you yeah, 86, no cry, 87, I parliament, no cry, declare man. The Atosum, you know, or mine, no MPs are a Wagana, 276. 276 to know. Your candidates, a work Rupia, so MPP. Now, say, yeah, MPs now. Omo TV8 na china omo nyina edidi amen abedikla ma owura ba omia wo mo aka no asemo ese obi abisa ne ho no say yenuanom na aka no say mu 63 out of the 270 plus no 276 no mu 63 adikla ma owura ba omia wo mo aka no omo wo he na masi so bi omo no nti ma obi amohu yende ye koso na ya adwuma ye hwe adwuma na ye wo constituencies no ye wura constituency bia achia obia eni obia di nkomo ye wo gidie say be 31st ne be ba wi ye de na menua na wura Ken edi o mine anim we no nyama koso sisi ano esese ma woti ase say ehu abonkrofo bi Owura Bawumia camp no. Owura Bawumia camp na shake. Who say all of a sudden now Obia did Owura Ken at them called social media to the extent say a doctor for NMD4 and penny for and yina I started to papa na them. Chair say panic about camp or they told me no. Now say omunim so omwe wini na form omre. Na bibia akoyia na eba ne say na afedia declaration upon declaration ya de be bring profile ni so de etoso miensa hwe se ya me ne wo ka say ye ko bunkurugu areas bi wo hono mu a north ha kan nya 000 kan ho asem e wo wale em say wale o kan ho asem no enkro but out omudi omu ballot aba betre say ye to ma Ken enso ye man yen 00 e was our area ho e no wura ne kan ho asem o kan ho asem wie ya de chi ya na telephone calls everywhere threatening people and crop for threatening woman
one threatening
mpanyinfo a ɔmo MP mu MPP mpanyinfo
yɛsi nipa bɔni sɛm ti ni yɛtu din hwan ne hwan na afrɛ
enti wadaroma sese a no enura ɛna information no ɛbɛduru yɛn hɔ because yɛ free bumpurugu ɛnɛ ne nansa enura ɛna calls no ɛhyɛ aseɛ baayɛ sɛ nkurɔfoɔ frɛfrɛ ɛɛtrɛtin yɛ investigation na wo a yɛbɛhu sɛ wo na wo place those calls no ɛnyinaa no yɛbɛbɔ wo mu din nti mɛnsoro ɛnyɛ hu enura yɛnya information ne nyinaa ɛna yɛasɛte nkurɔfoɔ sɛ ɔmo nyɛ nhwehwɛmu ma yɛn because yɛn Team Ken, I keep saying that you're not timid. And nobody will frighten or scare anybody. Ma opia or support to Ken bia emohun. Say obi ebetimi aye bibia etiano because any attempt to do that there na nipa kronso no ono ankasa epe problem ama ono ani ho. Ya can pay yensuro. Ma obia sumsuru support to Ken you were nim na support to Ken. My main country say nipa 63 now mu declare nra. I can say it on authority. Say ebi wo ho no mu a ebi a bibi nti e no mu aka mu anu atum. Na ye nim say yen ye wa rehemu say enkrofo di ekire de enso di day no omu beto amatwen. Me nim for a fact say ebesi. 63 ni mu ankasa no ebesi 63 ni na minia sa ehu a omode ato nkrofo ye achi ewie no ensam bi ekoso edinam krom say Owura Ken entumi anwini asin Central State really asamo ana na no ye bisa nkrofo a omuka sa ni say enti say Owura Ken na seat no na NDC for na omo unim say 1992 NDC ni na north so
yes
and 96 and so NDC ni north na so and Owura Ken ba sin nim no obaji seat no ema MPP for 24 years Owura Ken etna akonya no so onu free ho ene sa niama ya omo ye ya pesaminkuminya ene tu sansam ya omo de call from yeah, we nim chen we na odiyade ni kwa ye e na omo tete Owura Ken e na okotena nchen boko e ma wo mo e na omo afa seat no e na omo akope omo candidate no nkrofo kan wo form say bi a candidate ni bi wo ho no a esese ye hwe ni yie kakra ye push ni pa no ma ne koye na okolusu a mo si Owura Ken na ye 24 years wa keep seat no ya wo akwala ma na wie university wa keep seat no na minua enti Owura Bawumia ene ni drum ene ni mrantie no person mo kire say Owura Akufo-Addo handing over 6.7 million votes ema Owura Bawumia a odi ko wo ho na e ka 4.6 million no enti Owura Akufo-Addo na ema Bawumia elusu abano sana Owura Bawumia person ka kire Akufo-Addo say wono handing over ma wabo wachidom asin seat no Owura Kennedy ma papa ni sika oboa no sesa oyema no bia oyema no na mo akọ na mo di akọ wo ho na ye lusu seat na afa wo bebre mu Ken na mi bisa biom mi si so biom se Owura Bawumia u ka kira Akufo-Addo na o hand over ma wa opo a wo make sure say wo ye candidate no say wo lusu ye no Owura Akufo-Addo na ma wa lusu odi di omo kan wa fin ho no e di compare we ya di Owura Bawumia person o kire no the papa na wo ti u baby unye politician kura obefa wo unye MPP ni kura wa be odi wo ba ye ebe ye party card ma wo e ma wo be ye MPP ni na wo be ye vice no e na wo yi ni boni aye unam na wo se ono ni project o ye no wa anya ade niama wo ka ne ho wo bo na chidom na omutimi di ye no e na wo ka kire papa ni say wa anya ade wo pu na nimtia e ka ho menua eye boni aye e na oyi papa no enti no esa onu a Owura Akufo-Addo na okofa no bai na wa be make sure say nipa wo ye ne no he has made you enti say ne na wo be sorry say onu a hand over ama na wa lusu na ye ne fault a ese wa oni ni mrantie no omunko omani because so obi a hand over ama obi no nipa no lusu na o si onu a maka no imprensa ne imprenna so ni the person o kire ni say logically no usi Akufo-Addo na ma wo lusu ye enti ye da na say the person o ka kire Akufo-Addo bia no on kan kire no na bibia wo ne mre
And the 63 no, in fact, we share or more I say be I say or 87. What if you 276 more? You have about 180, 87 or 80 something thereabout. 189. So 189. Oh, cancer and Crawford we were side. And I was a council say,
oh, David, can you man castle more inside? The American say 67 are declared. Yet be son say, one more can know him.
Okay.
Why 87 you know what he? It made me where they may cut their share. A delegate, no crying say 67 are declare amana. Sorry, 63 are declare amana. And you money more. Nyani dom kitwa kura anga meba be ka say eko kitwa mamunsuru na de otamu achi no osumbu osun echen ni nyina nanso omo eta ye achi no yenso ye nim say omo do osun pa yankopon ena ye bɔ ne mpaye na ye sre Ghana for ye sre delegate for say pipa obedi oman yi so abepoa oman ye friend Kennedy Japan ye see corruption adokoro yen Kennedy aye politics from 1992. Unti say wako yo big dream. Unti say yamani sika bi so onko ye adwuma wanko anko ye. Unti ni ho asemboni bia in terms of corruption. Kennedy kanokre woyome asemba ye no. Ono Kennedy no kotwe ba ye say woyome agi ye sika wentua MPP for wa aban mu a nyama bi enko yi Kennedy ba out no be kan ye. Iti Kennedy ni sika no say ye MPP obetwa say ye NDC obetwa. Enti onye obi a oye yiyi mu onye obi oye hwehwe ni mu ono said your tia not here or can say the youth of Ghana we must fight for them. Kennedy a fight ya ma wo mo or fight ya or say or the only life grab it to her the youth of Ghana. The youth have heard it. The youth are supporting it. You know, delegates for one say. Munjina munshe nipa ya di neba 2028 a obeji akunya na mai sa nipa ni friend Kennedy Japan order number 1 uko polls hona mem hwe obi anim team number 1 esro hwa na yepe kana force esro hwa na omupe munko yi esro hwa de enimra na kana fonta yachi na yemfanji to me 2028 madam wase.
My last question I may be so answer what call is the 63 no obetumi akase sa 63 na wo kase ebi wo ho a omo beto amam
ita be kase no be modi obi o mu a se nyina nkrofo nkrofo ntrini ti say dey make atre ono enti nkrofo bi suru ebi nso wo ho no mu a the nice hands na akuma de wo be ebi foforo ye ni omu nyina ye ni nipa na omu mudin so omu de ye ni bebre enso edi nkomo ye nyimu ye nyowura pa omi ana mu kura ye be campaign no so be kan ye ho enti ye ni obi edi nkomo na obi ni be kasa so e wo de o kire MPP delegate won say ye ka no onim de won itrim and onim de won akuma mu de won akuma mu no be show 2026 January 31st.
Obi so say sasen we mu kan keke because abom hu because there again omo declare no omo de omo din ene omo mfoni nyina ba enti owo Mavis Cancer Boedu Dr. Patrick Boama Boachi Yadom NS Yawenim Gideon Boakon Set Osaya Koto Kofi Amankoa Menu Emmanuel Tobin Anthony Emia Frank Yebua Twenebua Kodria Foku enti members of parliament na e de omo phone ni ade ade nyina ba omo say omo teams is omo support enti omo de omo yem anim the members of parliament omo support Kennedy Japan enso yem anim obi ti say sticker yenim say sticker yinenim yenim say tema MP yenim say chance force yenim say we yinenim your friends oboase
party
ono so yinenim aha enti omo yi omo anim no omo na support Kennedy Japan sisi ana enkrofo omo yi omo anim so e wo your friends Mahmoud Baumia camp so mo yi omanim dada. So how can you say Encrophobia yi omanim wo Baumia camp then so they belong to the Ken camp on be for Tiama Ken.
And make a child say we be a ubekobia no yenim crofon yenu bia e din komo yenim de obia ka kye yen wo ba bu mu kra obi wo ho be ka say meto ama e be kwa kotu di no na wasisa na adwen obi wo ho be ka say mento ma e be du di no na wasisa na adwen ye ka kosia ne say 31st January no wo yeni nanso yen de yen buta ye ba ko pe ye ni obia be din komo ye de ni di ama obia e di na obobo ye no eni wo mo a omo ni owura ba omo ya wo ho dada omo ni na ye adwuma mfie bebre be me ka kire o say o kai say ye be come in election girl bia aye owura ba omo ya 8 for close to 8 years e ka kakra na ye ba beto aba no wadani NDC ni ye wo MPs ye wo ministers kra minister binso ye dane abana dane ye no wa declare ama owura mahama enti munya abotre ye de ni die ma obia sere obia ko obia nan so ye beto na sum bia no na watu aba ama ye but ye me pese bi kire ni say we na ye propaganda tool propaganda say oh MPs ni nyina ta na chi enti no yenkota na chi because obe wini me say panic. Now, do I look like we are afraid? What is a young crop for no bitty baby? A tea or about me at tempo, sir. Continue, baby. The one who said, and Omuncrophone did you rack and at them. It's panic. A panic, Naba. MPs are declared a panic. Or move Frefren Crawford, a bomb train, a warning, a panic. It's Obia Tiemi Biano, me say. Omunim said Ken is on the ground. Ken is moving. It's panic. Akawomu. Yenimu nyama enam form. Yenimu sikasemo enam form wa. Ema nkrofo declare. Na nkrofo na omu declare no. Se bio obi akoji ni 50,000 no be declare. Unim dia wana kumamu. Enya is not about money. Enya sika ne dia obeji edi. Sikandie wakoji 50,000 ubeji nanso me ka kire say the all kanu any the obeye ne 31st no wan hwe yi na abo abura nti moma ye nyina ye nya abotre na wo mo a owura Kennedy achi no ye hye nkran say nkrofo na bohu nti na omo ye sa no declaration ni atemtitie ni niam nyina masi so ni prensa so say eye ehu na abo nipa yes sir. Nti obia wo ye adwuma maken for so ye wadwuma na 63 ne de ye de wo mensuro kura na wo mo aka no 189 no plus the extra na e wo nchen no bebre e wo ya fa nti enye hu ma obia mo hu
ma me na wase na no pe
yo me nua me da senso pa
enti Ernest Adade na ote ne nka no ye ne kasa wo se declaration ne de enyade a ebo mu hu kra ati say ye din komo ya na a message has come through from Derek Chakas or no the camp of Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. I say there is a bit of clarification our person relative to Ensembia Ernest Adade a kind of platform so sooner than later we will get through to him na afi yet to nedi and komo but there is a statement I know so every Yebua Victor Mensa Yebua Victor Mensa wo Tano North constituency aja about to me come akwa badba new 88.3 FM so
yeah
na ahode wo hode
no nyamenti ya kama pa
Enkrata tintin bia ba beto monten I think say 2 days ago na odin ene hyase na ayedin pote ena na wo pese Ghana fo ehunu
mama me for days na nchia ye Ghana fo nyina ene usu
omojo so
anopai bisamia no kre ya de krata ba efa fertilizers in Sema, yeah, MP. Can ever ministry. Now, yet, yes, what is statement about out? Now, yes, yeah, because and me say if Nema Bisa Etiba Ego constituency, yeah, then Tano no constituency, you know. There were probably ever. Now, if you work here for now, agri ministry, it will release fertilizer at the every district via now the MP. It will come once and one. Yeah, you work from your fertilizer via and I am fertilizer system via. Then a bear say, yes, you better, you don't come out you come out on the air force. So, yeah, my call from Bisa, I call agri department, I call Bisa. Information are in know. And I just read the bar out there. And on the curriculum. Now, on my team, for now, I want to know. Yes, we are who yet found the idea of high. So, we finally realized that most of the fertilizers that he was talking about, it actually came. And it came in July and then that of August. And of which he personally even did some community engagement on that fertilizer with few bags in some of the communities, and of which he has picture evidence of how he was even distributing those fertilizers. So if or can't fertilizer about 2 days to election year, then you be saying that about July, any day about August. Why muna odimao? That is what we want him to tell us where the fertilizer has gone to and who was the beneficiaries. Because after the press and we did some investigations with the agri department and we realized these fertilizers were meant for farmers whose farms were being measured for. And most of the farmers, their names are on the list, and at the same time, they have not received fertilizer till now. So, here we are, Dr. Gideon Boako. You know, information is not there. Over some tunnel mine, and now over some Ghana, Emma Obia, and Yanikafa. Yes, something in our
Oh, okay. Now, until meaning say that because as at that time, no one member of parliament, that time, no other candidate. Exactly. Meaning say fertilizer and ebesun or no so or no neche.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because the NTI can't ask them we say.
Yes.
As at that time, no, now they are more primarily South Viet, not only a member of parliament. So, which means if every part and every abide and so on, not MPP abide and power, then it means one MPP as well what we can want them. So, what we can want them there, then on the curriculum, and check and no for a year of fertilizer and a fire. Because after January and December, there was a fertilizer loot at Onone Depot. There was a loot of fertilizer and even rice with motorbikes and other things that was looted in that depot. So questions I have say, so it was meant for campaign and not a buy and for that depot. Then you really election I what to age. These are some of the questions we are asking. We are not fighting anything. No, we are asking questions that if Yamana ever is a campaign, so I don't think that uncle and I ever what I have for people say. Yet about ye not NDC for 8 million Munsa Echo Yamano. Then you have to even go in bargaining with them to share the items with them.
Hey.
Okay, that is what we want to know. Why should that thing be happening?
Are you saying that happened, that when the NDC took over, he went to bargain with them?
Yes, when NDC took over, they went and broke into his warehouse. That one is something that is known all over within the constituency that yes, NDC went and broke into the member of parliament warehouse and picked items off. Rice were taken, motorbikes were taken, then fertilizer were taken, clothing were taken. And that one is a well-known fact within the constituency. And finally, have to do bargaining with the NDC in order to get some of the items back and then share some of them with them.
Oh, okay.
So we are saying, okay, if fertilizer came and then we are not able to be it, why should it be in your warehouse? Because fertilizer and the do somewhere in August. And we had distribution. We started here distribution. The pictures that you went and distributed and even on the profiles, on the 14th and 16th September, you know what you get fertilizers. Fertilizers now what you can the community do the only 5 bags there. And you look at the community with a population of 500 to 600 people, then you are giving them 5 bags of fertilizer for who to share and for who to get and who not to get.
I don't know. Now, unim say a DNT now the 5 bags pen alcohol.
That one, okay. Maybe 5 bags echo community way, maybe 10 bags echo community way, maybe 2 bags echo community way. But the number of bags now not kept tracking LOD echo. Then on Sanchez, the not standing on the echo. Echo.
I just want to know pay. And Victor Yeboah mentioned a resident or no Tano North constituency, Daoyao Nkwanta, and Otis and education community catcher will say, Derek said, a bit of clarification on some of these issues, and Yabebu Modiana Afi, Yaman, I'm what to me, sa clarifications, and we wait on him, or then we allow him to make that clarification as quick as possible. Some know Cassie, my uncle in Chewa, Manasonafi, Yente sa clarifications, no, and from Derek, Bokodia.
Yeah.
Yes. Also, there's a bit of clarification. I'll say, for free or my.
Yeah. No, correct. There's a bit of clarification. You want to say that? I think say, our friend, Tim earlier. My question, obviously, was just so simple. The question was, MPs who say, I declare on the support of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Now, means yes, or they call 1 year can say, and maybe not MPs 1 week. Now, MPs do not say in the parliament. That is the question. And then MPs do not say in the parliament for MPs. And then the MU 67, as you would declare for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, a worry to you. Over cancer, mother reasons you say, MPC, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia team say, Kennedy Japan Lusu Asin seat. Na Kufuado 6.1 million votes to Jama Bawumia. Bawumia so 4 million votes. That means Nanado and the man Lusu all the winner. You see, the Metesa mechanism, the party back. Party, and the MPC one. And I swap. Grassroots swap. It is the MPs here declare. Also, and maybe that's one also would declare. It is a new one will be the council. How would you feel? You think that MPs do go on with declare my Kennedy Japan Casano? Let's be careful of what we say. Then you should cannot meet your friend. Then oh, and you should. But don't just come and say so many things. One casa you cannot correct it. That's it. It is too bad. Nancy, I am say, or Mampeni, Kufuado. I'm that fret, I am for as far as he know, no man for sending waiting for the footwear bem, Argentina bem, Obia, I ain't a tough one. I candidates, we are the problem. We need the answer, so be person can be now. The who's all no casa de brain, or no, yeah, but as someone who can question of this, it was just so simple. You may be not enough. I didn't even put what you move. So, who knew my casa? Oh, wait, yeah, in tears into later communication. But don't just come and disrespect this great MP that you will be speaking their vote for now. almost enough for in Japan. If you can't ask me before, then we shouldn't do that. We shouldn't do that. And then me how me see we na me who. I say we say another person so about your guapo, fertilizer who yamana dia. Let's stop throwing allegations upon allegations. We are where we are today because of some of this yama. In same way, of course, and when you will be there. And yeah, you not no. But you see, I would like say in 24 now, Obudi, as far as him now, they should stop encouraging mediocrity. Because mediocrity may have half us. If you throw me now, Obiaba, no, I bet can't do for the see or no, Oga, so dear, your guy will feel. If you are wanting, they are telling also. Let's understand this and know, say, politics now, you know. And so they be pretty for with you. It's all kind of crap. Now, can be yourself at all. Or the more about so, I said, let's stop this. Nyama, and a way to say, and a way to say, and a way. No. That's it. It's with them, Michelle. And we're in an army, but I was monitoring your program. But I realized, say, as some of a branch and it's crazy, baby. You really walk and no food.
I mean, that's checkers Derek and no or your youth organizer or Dom Kwabinya and also so our quickly yebeko din komo bi fast na afi any fire for no so etumi atnase nyina ne se Randy Ofori deputy communications officer edema adisia war Sefi Akontomra constituency on the press statement at the Aba or say disclaimer on the false news by that on New FM in Accra on the DCE of Sefi Akontomra and Randy Ubesha Nafi yet to me actually decide and come because you've availed yourself for that conversation. Enti Randy Ubebanafi yet to me Eddie Sa and command kama pa Randy Ofori no enti yeni bekoko din komo I tell you it is send you obi die ba ye kan obi ade enso ba rebeka but when you come on the platform you all just need to justify the inclusion justify the hunu the opese oka na mansen nyina etumi etie but ba me kwa huma so quickly Randy Ofori the deputy communication officer at the NDC was Sefi Akontomra constituency. Randy morning.
Morning, Daddy.
I want to hold you.
Nami ando na mswe.
Trade on po adaoma yenso ye hu ye wa ha. Now also the statement tintin about and then press statements was a disclaimer on the false news by Dachi Hine of New FM in Accra on the DCE of Sefi Akontomra district. In fact, put it in a context for us, summary wise, you know, in the whole thing. What do you want the general public to understand?
Well, let's chat for Ghana's for with you. Andra, we saw a video containing you.
Yes.
Raining insult, denigrating the image of the DC of Akontomra for no reason. Because he failed to appear on a show. And all kind of words. Galamsey, DC, HND Hoda. And was why? Assuming if there was an already agreed interview between the station Kana and the I think, say, you could have reached to him, say, why did you fail to appear on the show? Because Sunday, this evening, I was with him. The interviews of the year, he told me, SYZ, Onuya FM, all the stations, because Ufri, Ahana Bahona, you must tell the Ghanaians a normal way for the whole Ghana to know as a executive. Oh, yeah. And interview with Dawson. And Mukram Pode, you weren't part of the interview. But from narration, you had a chat with him WhatsApp, and he agreed, and he sent you one flyer cramba. Then you took some flyer and made it say you will appear. That's not that. Yeah, what I said, Dinatem, or ye Galamsey, GCE, or ye Galamsey. With that record, ain't no fact on that. I don't know that kind of say, yes, the manual of the station say, the best say, Kafra, would you, my dear, would you, money, and Juma? Money, why, you knew also money, and no pay what for me, a cat in common ye. But so fair no man far, then chest a Kafra. My boy in Tia. You be a Jumedia be a mediaty, a Luntina Kafra meant to me. And then before the GC4. And then what me this in Kenya. The number of or sort of phone WhatsApp messages are the number of messages we receive and now grow. But when we Kafra, that's it, well, and you went on insulting him, denigrating his image, and marrying him to something normal. He has no idea of. I don't know what about say. Kafra, Sasama Okayano. Just sign. Say, Oya Galamsey, or you say, I don't know how to pay. Me as Deputy Dean of Western North NDC Communication Team. No.
Okay, so the Awokano, it is true. But however, maybe subsequently, maybe you also need to sit and listen to it again. Say, Obika say, and Crawford say, we are Galamsey, yeah. Is it a statement of facts or an inference?
That you said, say.
Yes.
After all, dear Ben, Galamsey DC. I'm quoting you verbatim. You said, after all, dear Ben, Galamsey DC. Meaning that you have fall into the assessment, say he's doing Galamsey without reconciliation, no fact. Galamsey issued by Andrew Ababi Okoye Inano. What year two said there was Galamsey? Galamsey was we live in power in 2016. There was no Galamsey that comes on. There was no Galamsey. We executing power in 2016. There was no Galamsey. But when we took power in 2024, there is Galamsey. Galamsey has been ubiquitous everywhere in the country. It's going on. But the level, the escalation has reduced. The escalation has reduced. Iyoko is in a country here. They have come here many times. You can go and ask them, one day, Galamsey Kondomna. But when you're that, when you're out of emotions, and I will come when you see, and I'm a friend, I was ready to, also about my friend was there, or you're sorry, so one, but no, back. Andrew who was say, oh, you're sorry. But it was late. And they could see I. So he had nothing. And you, your politics are. We have target point. Station a Kafra over Kosoa. Baby, a free bano. Nipa bet my hair. We have a container here. New FM. We know, say, the coverage and do a container. So he told us, no, Mamenko baby a Kafra. Maybe come for a container. Or go to Italy. Ebony Yatin. So he chose that. But already, no, we have the Enucano. It has been already been booked before he departed from Akoto to Accra. So you have a sermon. Say, and some Awoka and Accra, people calling all names, HND, DCE. What it is?
But Randy, you cannot attribute HND to me. that is not part of my. In fact, for the records, I don't even know his qualification to even ascribe him to an HND holder. No, not at all. And
okay.
If you ascribe HND to me, you would not be fair. Any other comment, I would accept it. Yes, I did it on a purpose. But HND trying to look at his qualification and all that, you cannot ascribe that to me. I didn't mean the qualification, so I wouldn't have even gone on that tangent to even say any qualification you're saying. He said. However, let me also bring this to you. Yes, okay, that is fine. This morning, in my quest of addressing that issue yesterday, I made a certain statement that me myself, upon listening to it, I realized that I've erred, and I've apologized on the platform.
But you sent the video of you insulting him to me. But you rendering on a qualified apology to him, Lydia. Yes. That video, you haven't gotten it.
So if you listen to me very carefully, I said that this morning on the show, I've not even closed my show is supposed to close at 10. I've not even closed my show. You get it. You get it. But it is also true. Let's get this also on record. That as human beings as we are, we may by chance have an emergency that we need to attend to. And in the to me on a certain agreement or an invitation. So Semi Kase Randy, what you have to me say you are coming on the show. So from the hours of 7 from 7:15 to bare 9, if I set a 2-hour conversation, now say because you agree to show off, I don't do any production for that bell tonight. You would agree with me. Say if you don't show up, it will be nothing discussed on radio. And especially when you anticipate the coming of the person, because Nipana Boanumba say meba. Now say we inform listeners. Say, oh, we have this conversation. Now for that 2 hours, there's no conversation. Now say Nipano, for example, and to me and send a text or put in a call and say, oh, I will not be able to come. Probably you don't even need to as it were give reasoning. Yes.
I don't begrudge you on that score. Say it's a 2-hour show. But one thing is
yes.
Did you reach out to him early in the morning?
I can tell you, and probably I need to get the call logs for you, that producers try many times, because I was sitting on radio, I couldn't have placed in the call. Many times reaching him, and there was no response.
So you reach out to him early in the morning. But you see, yeah, I don't begrudge on that point. But for you to go haywire at the point of what? Calling all names. And it was very unfortunate. This morning it has taken a media shape in Western of here. Calling all his name. And it was very unfortunate. But all the same, we have to reach consensus, build a stronger media. When you're sort of the media, you can get that somebody can disappoint you. But it shouldn't be said. You calling all the names. Very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate.
Just like I said this morning, I listened to it, and section of what I've said, I have withdrawn those statements and said it was just so unfortunate. I've withdrawn that statement, and I say it again on this platform. I am not a vindictive person. It is the reason why when I saw your statement, I called you that I wanted to speak to you on the issue, because that is professionalism for me. Is at its core. Yes, when you say something and then somebody draw your attention to it and you feel that.
But the last time, friend said he wanted to talk to the member of parliament here. Yes. I spoke to the member of parliament. Yes. He said, at the right time, he will appear in the studio. He told me that at the right time, he will appear. So that we as media practitioners, sometimes I know the pains you go through. The sponsorship. You have slated the show second basso. Now Nipano agree. It's very painful. But Mesamo. Say I'm not because you know some henceforward, let's look out for a proper channel of calling DC's MP for interviews. You say, I think we are here. We are a communication aspect. You can run through us or walk through us. Say, the best interview. At least some of us, because of the number of calls they receive a day, you calling them, they will think as an ordinary person. If you have more fire, so now I am from oh, state you for doing interview. Are you ready to go now? And yes, so now I say, maybe your number we cannot wake up, mess up, a free neck or mess up. Say, I think you can pass with us. We will look at a proper way of you getting in touch with him. Yeah, I did be a person who said, what should be done? But I say,
Randy Smith does Randy Ofori, the deputy communication officer at the NDC in Sefia Kontomra.